Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the In News series. My name is Pooja Devedi. Today we are going to discuss the eviction drive in Mehrauli. What is the basis of it? What is the significance of Mehrauli? It is all very important from the perspective of GS Mains Paper 1, second, as well as the preliminary examination. These are the many topics that we are going to discuss step by step. So first of all, let us talk about the drive. It is an anti-encroachment drive which is being conducted by the Delhi Development Authority, and it is being conducted in the adjacent villages of Mehrauli and Ladha Sarai. These are just a few kilometers away from Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is protected under the Archaeological Survey of India with the help of Archaeological Survey of India, and you can see Mehrauli consists of all the important sites which should be preserved. So this is an anti-encroachment drive, but the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi has said that those who are rightfully residing over there, they will not be harmed, their houses will not be harmed in any sort of manner. But the immediate stoppage to this drive has been announced by the Lieutenant Governor. Okay, so what is currently happening in Mehrauli and Ladha Sarai? The DDA, Delhi Development Authority, is undertaking a drive to clear unauthorized establishment near the important village, areas which should be protected in nature. Okay, and the drive basically began on February 10th. The park where this drive is being done, it has an estimated 55 monuments which are under the protection of ASI, the State Archaeological Department, which is under the Delhi government, as well as the DDA. So of course, in order to protect these sites, it is important that we remove all the encroachments, illegal encroachments over there. And the stated objective of the drive, according to the DDA, is reclaiming it for its rightful use by all citizens as a park. So this area should be used not by illegal encroachers and squatters, but the people who are visiting there as a community park. Okay. Now let's talk about the 7 cities of Delhi. The Purani Delhi, which is Old Delhi, the history of it far predates Shah Jahanabad's history. It's pretty old. And the oldest evidence of habitation here can be found for about many years ago. This started from painted graveware. Painted graveware fragments were found in Purana Killa, which dates back to the Iron Age, and that dates around circa 1100 to 800 BC. So if it is asked in your preliminary examination, you should have these facts in hand. The 7 cities of Delhi, which date from the 11th century onwards, are Lalkot, Kila Rai Pithoda, Mehrauli, Siri, Tughlakabad, Firozabad, Shergarh, which is present day Old Fort, Shahjahanabad, and New Delhi. And depending on how one counts and what one considers a city, this number can also be 11, as high as 11. So these are the many old cities of Delhi. Now let's talk about Mehrauli. It is widely considered to be the oldest city of Delhi, and it is also the oldest area of the metropolis to be continuously inhabited. That means it did not have a break from its past when it comes to habitation. It was first founded as Lalkot in the 11th century by whom? By Anangpal II, who was the ruler of the Tomar dynasty, Rajput Tomar dynasty. This is a very hard fact for prelims, and it remains of the earliest version of the city that can be found around Sanjayvan and the Qutub Golf Course. Okay, so you can see how it is related to the present. This was later christened as Kila Rai Pithoda by whom? By Mughal court inhabitant historian, not inhabitant, Abul Fazl in his epic hagiography Ani Akbari. Okay, and this city passed hands from the Tomars to the Chauhans, who are credited to have further developed this city and fortified the complex. It fell into the hands of the slave dynasty in 1192, and under the ruler Qutubuddin Aibak, who was the first ruler of the slave dynasty, the next round of construction began, and he is alleged, not alleged, but he has built the Qutub Minar to commemorate his victory. Though other explanations also exist that this was not the only motivation. He also built the Quwwat al-Islam, which is Might of Islam Mosque, the oldest known mosque in North India. It is India's oldest, if we talk about India's oldest mosque, then it is Chiraman Jumma. It was built by the Arab merchants in Kerala. So in North India, we have Quwwatul Islam Mosque by Qutubuddin Aibak. Now let's talk about the other important activities. Now in the next century, A slew of building activities, they took place in forms of tombs, baulis. Baulis are step wells. This is a well and there are many stairs above it so that it leads down to the step wells. These are known as baulis. Palaces and other fortifications were also built during the reigns of Iltutmish, Razia Sultana, Alauddin Khilji. Now, the significance of it, as you can say, a meeting place, it witnessed building activities as late as Mughal period and British period as well. So, there is a continuous build of structures. Due to its location on the lap of the Aravalli Hills, that is why it was very significant to develop this place. It was preferred as a summer retreat. Important summer retreat during Mughal times were first Zafar Mahal and Jahaz Mahal. During the British period, it was the summer abode of Sir Thomas Metcalfe, and that is Dilkusha. Okay, so it could be asked in the prelims examination. Mehrauli also lays on a historic trade route because of the counting of number of sarais. Sarais are resting places for travelers. So Ladho Sarai, Ber Sarai, Neb Sarai all exist over there. That means people used to travel from this area. Along the trading route connecting, it also lies along the trade route which connects Barapulla, which is a Mughal era bridge in Delhi, to Pataudi, Rewari and Narnaul, which is in present day Haryana. So that is why you can see it was an area of trade. Now Sultan Jalaluddin Khilji contribution to building the bazaar in Mehrauli is not very talked about, but we are talking about it here. He settled the merchants within the walls so that markets could be developed, and this was done by Mandavi Darwaza of Mehrauli. Another cloth market was also developed, which was known as the Sara-e-Adl, which is near the Badaun Gate. Both the gates do not exist anymore, but a wholesale grain market was also there, which was known as Mandi. But later on, the time changed with time. The name changed from Mandi to Madhi over the course of time. This is the distorted version of Mandi. Now it is as a cosmopolitan. It is a spiritual center, home to both the Hindus and the Muslims. Sufi Saint Hazrat Qutubuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki's tomb is over here. And another spiritual center is there for Hindus, which is for the Yogmaya Mandir. Yoginis, that means the 7 divine deities, they have been an integral part of Indian folklore, and this temple is dedicated to them. It is said to be built by the Pandavas. Okay, moving ahead, it is also a melting pot of religion. See, an annual community celebration occurs by the name of Phool Walo Ki Sair or Saire Gul Faroshin, which means Walk of the Flowers. This is the 19th century Mughal era festival. It was rejuvenated in 1962 by our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. It's a 3-day festival which includes processions and festivities led by Shehnai player and dancers. There is also an offering of pankhas, which is large floral fans. It is made to the Yogmaya temple. And a chadar is offered at the Dargah of Khwaja Bakhtiyar Kaki. But communal tensions are no stranger to Mehrauli. Okay. Then, if we talk about the current drive, it is being carried out in accordance with the orders of the Delhi High Court, it is being said. And the DDA said a demolition order which dates back to December 12, 2022 is there. It was pasted on the structures which were identified as encroachment. It is not like they are doing it on their own, but they have the support of the judiciary, with directions to encroachers to remove all unauthorized construction within 10 days. Those who have failed, their establishment is being raised out. But there are questions which are being raised by the Delhi government, by the Lieutenant Governor and many others. The DDA has said that a demarcation exercise has been done to identify the extent of how many establishments are illegal in nature or illegally encroached upon, or construction has been done. And removal is being carried out by the Revenue Department under the Delhi government. The contours of this demarcation have been questioned by many parties, even the Delhi government. They are saying that Revenue Department shouldn't have been tasked with the demarcation of these villages. According to the government, the applicability of the Delhi Land Reform Act, it ceases following urbanization. So demarcation should be carried out directly by DDA and not by the Revenue Department. So this is all for today. I hope you understood the entire matter. Stay connected. We will bring up more such things if they are of similar nature. And thank you so much for watching.